What's up, future homeowners? Today we're diving into one of the first questions I get asked from potential homeowners. And it's actually super important in the home buying process. Earnest money deposits. Trust me, this one's gonna be good. Now, I know what you're thinking. Earnest money? Is that like when your friend borrows $5 and promises earnestly to pay you back?
Wow, there's money in here.
Well, not exactly, but you're not far off. An earnest money deposit, or EMD for short, is kind of like putting a down payment on your promise to buy a house. It's a way of showing the seller, hey, I'm serious about this. I want this house, and I'm ready to make it official.
It's my house.
When you make an offer on a home, you usually include some money up front, typically 1 to 3% of the home's price. It shows the sellers you mean business. You don't just write a check to the sellers or hand over a briefcase of cash. The deposit is held in an escrow account until closing. Think of it like putting money on hold to lock in your dream home. But wait, what happens to that money? Do you ever get it back? Do you lose it if something goes wrong? Let's break it down. Good news first. If everything goes according to plan, the earnest money deposit gets applied to your down payment or your closing costs. Easy, right? You don't lose it. But, and this is a big but, if you back out of the deal for any reason not covered by the contract, the seller could keep that money as compensation. Ouch. They took their home off the market for you, so they're trusting that you have every intention of closing this deal. That's why it's so crucial to understand what's in your purchase agreement. The more you know, the more you protect that hard-earned cash.
It's mine!
As your lender, I'm not directly involved in handling your earnest money. But here's why it matters to me. The amount you put down shows the seller you're committed, which can make a big difference when you're competing with other buyers. Plus, it sets the tone for how serious you are about closing the deal.
I'm serious.
But listen, life happens. If your financing falls through or the house doesn't pass inspection, you may be able to get that money back. Always check with your real estate agent and lender, aka me, to make sure everything's in order. We've got your back. Let's dive into the ways we can get it back. Get those contingencies in place, people. Financing, appraisal, inspections. These are your get out of jail free cards when things don't go as planned. Lenders and realtors throw these terms around because they're part of our vocabulary. But I want to explain what this all means. These little clauses in your purchase contract can save your earnest money if things go sideways. First up, a financing contingency. This one's pretty crucial. It protects you if, for some reason, your loan doesn't get approved. Let's say you lose your job, or maybe something funky pops up on your credit report last minute. This contingency lets you walk away from the deal without losing your earnest money. Oh, what's that? Loan approved? Perfect. Financing contingency saved, and your deposit is still safe and sound. Next, we've got the appraisal contingency. Here's a skinny on how that works. As soon as we're under contract, the lender will order an appraisal to make sure the home is worth what you're paying. The appraisal comes in lower than the purchase price. This contingency gives you options. You can renegotiate with the seller, or if no agreement is reached, back out and keep your earnest money. Remember, the lender can only lend on the lower of the purchase price or the appraised value. So if the house you're buying is listed at $500,000, but the appraisal comes back at $475,000, the seller is expecting $500,000, and we can only lend you the $475,000. In this case, you don't want to overpay, right? This contingency lets you keep your deposit and find a better deal, or maybe even talk the seller into lowering the price. This is exactly why sellers aren't able to just list the price whatever they want. They need to make sure the value they list is supported by recent comparable sales. Then we have the inspection contingency. Although many buyers elect to waive this in competitive markets, make sure you're very confident that there's nothing wrong with the house before you do this. It's completely optional, but highly encouraged. You'll want a professional to check out the home's condition, plumbing, electrical, roof, foundation, the works. If the inspection reveals issues, like a leaky roof or a faulty HVAC, you can ask the seller to fix those things or give you a credit. If they refuse, this contingency allows you to walk away, earnest money in hand.
Go to WWE.com and register!
Each of these contingencies is designed to protect you as the buyer. Without them, you're risking your earnest money if something doesn't go as planned. So make sure your real estate agent builds in the right protections, and always communicate with your lender, aka me, to keep things moving smoothly. So there you have it, the lowdown on earnest money deposits. It's a small step, but a big move in showing the seller you're ready to make the house your home. And as your lender, I'm here to guide you through every part of this process, from EMDs to getting those keys in your hand. If you found this helpful, I'm so glad. I'll keep pumping out these videos, so please make sure to subscribe so you can get notified for more tips from the lender side of the home buying world. And also, leave a comment if you got any questions about the process. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, happy house hunting.